Alright, so I have a plan this time. So we have these two contracts here. We have these two right here, mowing missions, one for $640 and this other one for $9,173. So I was thinking if we do those two missions, I should have enough money to afford a plow that I should be able to attach to the back of this, and I have enough horsepower now since we upgraded it in order to run the plow. So that way each season we can do plowing missions and mowing missions to make money, which is a good start. I'm really trying to get like one of each device right now to be able to do like one of every mission per month. So that way I can just maximize my profits. But I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drive this tractor back over to the central like little town and pick up my lawnmower. And then we're going to head out to one of those plots and do some grass cutting. I don't know why it's always nighttime, but I guess we're just having another nighttime session. All right, here we are. So I don't exactly know where I parked it. I think I parked it right over here. Yeah, there's my mower. It's over to the right-hand side. So go ahead and slowly drive up to this thing. Okay, and I should just be able to hook it in. There we go. All right, we're all set up and ready to go. I do only have half a tank of gas, and I don't know where you get gas at. I'm gonna need to figure that out before I run out of fuel, because that's gonna be a big issue if I run out. I'm gonna do the small one first just to get it out of the way. So let's accept contract. We have to go to field 34, which is all the way... Oh, crap, I just visited it. It's all the way north. Alright, we arrived at field 34. I should be able to knock this one out pretty quick because, I mean, it's like literally smaller than the piece of land I started with. Pretty sure this is the cheapest piece of land on this map, but it would have been impossible to start with this piece of land because I would have had nothing to make money with, so... but yeah, I should be able to knock this out pretty quick. Let's go ahead, unfold that, lower, and turn the mower on. Alright, let's get to cutting the grass. Alright, we're almost finally done with this field. We're at 98%. This field literally took me like, I think like an hour to do. A real life hour, not an in-game hour, a real life hour to do this entire field. It was a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. But we're almost done with it. We're at 98%. I think this pass should do it, hopefully. And then I was trying to think, because I could buy a plow and we could do another mission, but it's going to take probably just as long as this one. Or I might be able to get something to help me with logging, because that one tree, if I could just transport... Okay, we finished this contract. If I could just transport that, like the same size log that I did that one time, we could make a ton of money so much faster. But we finished that mission, so we are up to a total of $16,801. So now that that's done, let me turn the engine off, let me fold these back up and bring it up. I want to head back to the shop because I want to see what I can buy. I think 16,000 is the most I've ever had at one time. And what I'm really trying to do is like be able to process and lift heavy logs efficiently. Like that's pretty much it. Because once I can start doing that, I can start making some actual money. But with the current tractor we have, I don't think we're going to be able to do that. I don't know if I can get a better truck or not yet. We'll see. I'm going to park this tractor right here. All right, let me check out and see what we... Oh, God. Well, we just crashed into that. That didn't help the resale value of this thing. All right, let me park this right here. And let me see what we can actually buy here. Ooh, this might be good. A bale wrapper packs grass bales into foil so they can ferment into silage. I've been wanting a bale wrapper, and because this will give me more money just from grass. This one is... Why does that cost an extra $1,000? Oh, is it the kind of... Does it come preloaded, maybe? I guess that could just comes preloaded. I can choose natural, green, empty. I guess I'll just go with white, I guess. Anyways, I've been wanting a bale wrapper. So I might do this actually. All right, so I've been looking at this literally probably way longer than I should be. I think I've been looking at this for an hour. So, I have been thinking, all right, so if we go over here, I'm thinking we sell the mower for now. We sell the mower because I'm pretty sure I bought that at face value. So I'm not losing too much on it. And I think we sell the winch too. So let me just do that real quick. Let me sell that. That's like an extra 10K. This is an extra 7K. So we have $33,280. So if we come over here, we have 33. So I think I have just barely enough for what I want to do. So I'm pretty sure, let me see here. Okay, well that kind of throws a hole in my plan. So I thought that, I guess I didn't read it, so my own fault, but I thought that I would be able to transport logs on this trailer, but it says it's for transporting bales. So I don't think you can. I think the only trailers for transporting wood is under forestry, and I think it's these, but the reason I didn't want these is because it has these, I mean, it makes sense so you can stack more logs on it, right? But I don't know if I can even attach that to my, what's it called? To my tractor. And those little beams that it has are kind of high, like the little metal bars that it has on it are kind of high up. So I don't know if I can lift the log that high in order to drop it in. Now I got to think about this. All right, so I looked it up and apparently that this one, I should be able to use this with my tractor. Hopefully. So I'm going to buy this, I think, because this will allow me to attach wood to it. So I'm gonna buy this. Okay, first things first, let's just test and make sure that this thing can actually attach to my tractor. Okay, it actually can attach, so that's good. All right, so there we go. So now we have a pretty big trailer for moving wood. Okay, so that actually saved me 10K from what I was initially gonna do. I was gonna buy a truck in here that was 25K. Actually up here, I'll just go ahead and show you. I was gonna buy this truck right here. It's only 25,000, but it has a decent sized bed, but that other one is way bigger, obviously. Okay, so now we have that. So now I was thinking we buy this front loader again. This one's 7,500. This one's 5,000, so I actually might buy this one instead. Let me look it up real quick and see if this one's compatible with mine. I wish there was a way to just like easily tell if it's compatible with your tractor, but there's not really. All right, I went ahead and played it safe. I bought the same things that we had before. So we have those two now. Let me bring this over here. So this is the issue when I was playing this game before. I think we have like the exact same setup that I had before. But the issue was when you pick up really heavy logs, this thing falls forward, this tractor. So I wonder if because you can upgrade over here. I don't know if I have enough money still for it, but we're gonna check. Because you can add weights. And I wonder if I add weights, if it'll hold it down. So that way it doesn't tip forward. Let me see. All right. We have the heaviest... Oh god, I detached from my trailer, I guess. We have the heaviest version of this tractor that you can get now. It's 5.8 tons. So I'm hoping that means I can lift like a 5.8 ton log without it tipping forward. You know, logically, that kind of makes sense in my head. Like, you know, this weighs 5 tons. It should theoretically be able to pick up 5 tons. Especially with this front loader attachment, which is going to add even more weight. So now my idea is we go back to our land and we process those logs as best as possible, or the trees as best as possible, and we load them up into this trailer and we sell, or this trailer, and we sell them for at least our money back, and then we can actually use this trailer that we currently have for logging missions now, logging and transport. So we can do that now, which is going to be very useful. All right, everything's attached. Everything's ready to go. Let's head back to our land and see what I can do, because we have like at least 6 or 7 more trees. That one piece of that tree that I had sold for like 5K. We have 6 trees. Let's just assume that I can pick up a log that big. We can make like another 30K just off the base of the trees alone. We have like 100K if we process it correctly, maybe like 80K worth of trees on our property. We just haven't had a way to transport them yet. I'm hoping I do now. So we're gonna head back there and I'm gonna try to cut them down and try to get it into this trailer. And the point of me buying this trailer is once I have enough money, I'm assuming I can upgrade this trailer to have that attachment, which is like a little crane that's attached to it, which will make logging so much easier. It'll literally I'll just be able to get in the back of this trailer, essentially, get on that machine and pick things up as I need them. And I don't think weight should be an issue for that. It should just be able to pick up most trees I come across. But here we are, so let me, oh god. Alright, let me park this kind of like sideways, because I'm gonna, oh god. It looks like I should be able to lift up high enough to drop it into this trailer. So let me, oh god, let me do that. How do I switch between, oh there, I think. Alright, there we go, okay, we dropped our trailer off, okay. Let me park this here. There we go. Okay, so now, I want to start off with this tree over here. I know I have like a ton of trees cut down already, but this one right here, if I own it, this is a very tall, skinny tree, so I'm going to try to cut it. Okay, I do own it, that's good. So let me cut it right at the base. Well, hang on. First things first, let me cut this little plant down. All right, that's cut. So if you guys see what I mean, this thing is like going straight up, and it's a nice long piece of wood, which is perfect for selling. So let me cut it right at the base. It should fall to the left, and it shouldn't get stuck on anything because everything that was in the way is now cut down. All right, so that should just fall over. Oh, got a little bit of lag. Okay, well, I fell the wrong direction. That's all right. So I'm assuming most of this, okay, that's branches, but this stuff right here, I can just cut off like this. Perfect. Okay. And then I'm gonna have to trim off. Let me just trim most of this real fast. All right, that's essentially everything. Now I want to cut off all of these little branches to make this one really long piece. Hang on, can I move these? These things aren't going to sell for anything anyways, so I'm just going to cut these up and then try to move them out of the way. Oops. Okay, yeah, let's just move all these little branches out of here so they're not in my way doing this. All right, now I need to just cut all of these off so that this is one long, nice uniform piece. I guess I need to start at the front because it's kind of getting like stuck on each other. All right, we have this thing completely cut. I think this is probably the nicest piece of wood that we have ever had on this farm. So hang on, let me, okay, that's that. How do you open? Okay, that's the pivot. Switch back to work mode. Okay, there we go. That's how you open it. And then, there we go. Okay, we'll open that up. All right, let's drive over here. I just want to see off the bat if I can pick this thing up because I'm assuming the like longer it is, the more it sells for. So let me just turn this thing sideways. Okay, I just want to start off seeing if I can pick this thing up. I don't think I'll be able to. This is probably a little too big. Let me try to do it like this, like a crane, because I don't want to push it into the street. That'd be kind of messy. All right, let me see if I can. Okay, hang on. Crap, I kind of messed that up. Let me see if I can close this. Let's see. Crap, how do you close again? All right, that's open. That's closed. Okay. Let me go down and all right, that's on it. So let's see if we can close this. Oh my god, we can actually pick this up. Okay, reverse, reverse, and try to get this thing into the trailer. I want to get a better grip on it, I think, because I mean this is decent, but I want to get it like in the middle. So let's open. There we go. Now let me try to get on this thing straight, and then try to pick it up that way. Okay, that's pretty straight. All right, that is perfect. That is perfect right there. Okay, now we just got to get it into this trailer. So let me very slowly. Oh god, see that was the issue before. Is oh crap, I just unhooked it. Well, I guess that's one way to get out. That was the issue before. Is it always flipped like that. But at least I can actually pick this up, so you know I can recover from that one. Okay, let's do this. All right, I'm gonna keep it tight to the trailer until I get over there. That way I can that way it doesn't flip me, hopefully. All right, let's try to put this thing in the trailer. Okay, so let's lift it up all the way, and we'll flip it out kind of like that. And then even if we flip here, it's all right. I just need to get it in there. All right, right there. Okay, and then I'm gonna angle it down a little bit, and just gotta open up. Okay, that should work. Let me see. I should be able to fasten this even outside of it, I think. Okay, there we go. Nice. R. Okay, that tree is now hooked up. So let me drop my front loader real quick. All right, we're gonna leave the front loader behind. Now I want to see, can I actually pull this thing? Because that's a big tree. I mean, that's as big as the piece of wood I was pulling before. This one's just longer, but that's as big at least. Okay, we can actually transport this wood. Oh yeah, hang on. Might have spoke too soon. Okay, no, there we go. I was just kind of like turning too tight. We can actually transport this log. Okay, so I'm gonna drive over to the logging area. I'm just gonna sell this one to start off with and see how much it gives me. We're at $2,700 right now, so let's head over there and see how much this one log gives me. All right, we're here. So now the question is this big, pretty much perfectly straight tree going to sell for more than that big hunk that I hauled over here before? So we're at 2,700. I think the other log I sold for like $4,000. So how much is this one going to sell for? All right, that one only sold for 2,000. So see, the issue is I don't know if that's because it was cut wrong, but there's no way that was cut wrong. It was cut like perfectly straight. It could have been too long potentially, but there's longer trailers to transport wood like that. So it might have just been because that was like a thinner log, so maybe there wasn't as much wood technically. But we can transport wood like that, so we got 2,000 for that, and that took no time at all. So I think I'm gonna head back, and I think we're just gonna, for now, we're just gonna process, because I don't think I have any more mowing missions, do I? Yeah, there's no more mowing missions, and I just realized even if there was, I can't do it because I don't have a mower anymore. So we're gonna head back, and I think we're gonna process all of the trees that we have on our land and then see how much money we get from that. And we can also do the wood transporting missions like I said, so we can load up all those logs and transport it all at once. So we might do that as well. But for now, we're gonna head back and process some more logs. Also, you have to keep in mind, I am on the hardest difficulty economy-wise, so I'm probably getting paid like scraps for this. Like that $4,000 log I sold probably would have sold for like 40,000 in easy mode, and that one I just sold probably would have sold for like 20,000 in easy mode. So you got to keep that in mind. I mean, we're playing this as hard and realistic as you can get. Because honestly, in real life, a tree that size, I don't know anything about any of this stuff, but I would imagine that a tree that size probably wouldn't sell for more than like $2,000 in real life. So I feel like it's fairly accurate. All right, so I've done a little bit of work, not too much. So I basically just cut down a couple of trees. I cut down 1, 2, 3. I think I cut down 3 more trees. That one was already cut down. I cut them down and I trimmed off all of the like little leaves off of them. So now they're just bare trees, except for like the very top of that one, obviously, because it can reach all the way up there. But they're pretty much ready to go. So I want to trim all of these trees down to manageable sizes, and then transport them over to the lumber mill over there. But I want to start with this tree because this is like basically the same size log that I had before. So I should be able to get like the same amount of money for it. Trying to get it like right here on this little like crevice. So let me get it right about there. All right, we have that cut. That is basically, I would say, almost the same size as the other one. The other one might have been a little bit thicker, but that is pretty much the same size. So let me disconnect the trailer from this and let me, actually this might be kind of hard to get this front loader attachment on my tractor because it's kind of like, actually no, we're fine. I thought it was like behind these trees, but we'll pull in here and then we'll pull in right here to get our front loader attachment. There we go. Okay. So I want to see if I'm actually even able to pick this huge log up. I honestly doubt it because the other one was probably lighter than this one, but who knows? I might be able to pick it up. If I can just barely pick it up or like even drag it over here, I'll find a way to get it into this trailer. But yeah, let me try to pick this thing up real quick. All right, I've barely got this thing hooked on here. Yeah, I cannot lift this thing up at all, I don't think. But we're going to try. It's like, it's too thick is almost the issue. I think I've got it on there now, though. Crap, we're like lifting up off the ground. So let me, I think it's on there good. So I want to fold it like this so it's tighter to my tractor. Because then I might be able to do something here. Can I drive now, hopefully? Let's see, I might just only be able to back up. Right, there's like a log on each side of me that I'm getting stuck on. All right, I moved those little pieces of wood out of the way. We're actually moving very slowly again, but we are moving. So I don't think I can go forward though, which is an issue. I might be able to see that. I need to curve it like that and then lift it up and then curve it, lift it up. So yeah, see, there's just not enough weight on this tractor to do this log. And it's like about to pop out, I think. God, it's such a heavy piece, but that's what it was before. All right, I've let go of the thing, so I'm going to try a different approach to this. This might be our only option, honestly, is if I push it there, because I think pushing, for some reason, it might just be like a glitch, but we're running with it. Pushing seems to move things so much faster than like actually attaching it to the tractor. So let me try. Yeah, see, we're like kind of making progress now. The issue is this tree in front of me is about to be in the way, which really sucks. All right, we got it over to the trailer. So I'm kind of thinking if we can just get like even just like the tip of this thing in this trailer, like we flip it over, we can attach it to it. So hang on, it's gonna be kind of hard because I wanna flip the log over, like to where just the edge of this thing is in the trailer. So let me open this. Now flip. I don't know if that's gonna work. Crap. We're like we're doing some stupid stuff now. Let me close this. Okay, and then let me just so I have the forks. There we go. So I'm thinking if we can just flip it just a little bit into that trailer where it's just touching, we can strap it down. And we might be able to... Oh, yeah, there we go. That's actually kind of good. Wait. Hang on. How did that just work? Wait. Are you guys seeing that? We have a strap going all the way out here, out to this log. I mean, that is a big that's wide. I don't even know if I can freaking drive through anything with that to get there, but I'll try. Let's detach... Oh, wait, no. Detach that back. Let's go back here and detach everything. There we go. I need to see if I can even move with this thing now because I'm not going to stack more wood into this. We're just going to do one again. But I'm hoping that the trailer will allow me to move a lot easier than the what's it called? Than the winch did. All right, so we're attached. All right, that's already way better than that winch was. So yeah, I think I'm going to drive this log over. Oh, it's kind of slowing down. I'm going to try to drive this log over to the sawmill and just sell this one. But God, I mean, look how it is. It is so big. I don't even know if I can get through places like this. Okay, we can just barely fit in the bridge. I mean, as long as a car doesn't come like that. Oh my God, no. You back up. Oh my God, we almost went over the edge. That could have been bad, especially freaking in the water. Oh my God, don't do that. Oh my God, that guy messed everything up. That's what I hate in this game so much of the AIs when trying to transport wood on a road. They just smash right into it. Sucks. All right, there we go. Okay, I just need to drive right down the middle. That way he doesn't ram into me, because I don't think he'll ram into me. He'll ram into the wood, because it doesn't count as like an entity, I guess. Or him like that again. He's gonna give me a boost though, honestly, so I'll take it. But I need to try to stay to the middle. All right, if anyone wants to know why I freaking hate AI in this game, this is why. Look what's going on right now. Detach, I guess. And then maybe I can get out of there and then they'll drive, maybe? I might just have to like relog or something because I don't know what else to do. Alright, we got past those people. I had to relog. It actually does despawn AI, so that's actually a good thing to know because that stuff happens all the time, so I'm just going to relog if that ever happens again. But we have the log attached in a very bad way. I mean, it's taking up friggin' the entire road if I go from one side to the other. But we're moving it. We're moving it way faster than we did yesterday. So buying this trailer, great idea. We're probably going to make our money back just from this one log. Or, well, at least like half our money back from this one log. All right, we have a much better grip on this log now. I have it straight on, so we're going to be able to fly. Yeah, we're flying now. We're going to be able to fly to this sawmill in no time. Okay, this is much better. Good to know. If you just bump the trailer into it, you can fasten stuff to it. So we're very long, but that makes it really easy to drive around with this thing now. All right, we arrived with our timber. This is the biggest, heaviest piece of all the wood, I think, that I have over at the plot of land. So at least we're getting it out of the way. Okay, so we currently have $5,500. Let's see how much this thing sells for. $4,210. Okay, so we're up to $9,700. All right, that's actually not... I mean, that's not bad. That's one piece. That's one log from my property. So if I can actually pick up the other ones and stack them in the trailer, we're gonna make like 20K in one trip, easily. All right, since that's sold. Oh God, train. Okay, since that's sold for so much, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut up and like chop up all of these into nice even pieces of wood and get like the biggest pieces I can and load them to the trailer, and then I'm just gonna start selling it. So I think I'm gonna just cut up everything and load it into the trailer for now. All right, I got this trailer pretty full now, so we are going to sell it how it is because there's a lot in there and I'm kind of starting to reach the top, and I think that's mostly all of the big pieces from this one tree that were left. But hang on, before we do that, I want to get out real quick because if we hover over these logs, yeah, this one's 2.5, this one's 6.2. I think the majority of these are like a good length. 6.2, 6.5, 5.2. You want to? I looked it up. It's like you want to like 6 to 8. I think 5.3. So they're all about 6, and they're all about like 1 ton each, except for some of these smaller pieces. Like this one's 7 meters, but it's only 400 kilograms or whatever that was. So I don't know. We'll see how much this sells for. I feel like it should sell for a decent amount, but we'll see. It should sell for about the same price of that big log that we just sold, I think. All right, they're all fastened in. This might be the neatest log pile that we've had in the trailer yet, because we've just been pulling little twigs and huge pieces of wood just like behind us. But this is like an actual proper wood pile. So let's head back over to the sawmill once again and sell this and see how much we get. We're currently at 9,700. Okay, that actually that wasn't as much as I thought, but it still was pretty decent. It was about what I thought. It sold for 3,100. So we're up to, after it saves, we're up to $12,800. So I've pretty much gotten the money from this trailer back already, and we still have a lot of trees to do. So this is what I think I'm going to do, because it takes so long. I feel like all I'm doing is cutting wood. I'm going to head back, and I think I'm just going to process all of the wood like I said I was going to do, cut it up, sell it all, and then I'll probably cut back. Yeah, I think I'll probably cut back once I have it all sold, because it's going to take so long to do all those trees, and I don't want the entire next week worth of videos to be me cutting logs. So I'm gonna go over there, do the same thing I just did over and over and over and over again until pretty much the entire land is clear of wood.